Now, I know we all get excited because we don't ever want people to not be working during work time. But if you just knew the impact of employee engagement and employee satisfaction from doing these initiatives, a $10 Starbucks gift card should not break the bank. There's just tons. I mean, honestly, you guys can kind of look at some of these big chain restaurants and some of these big chain stores and look at what they're doing. Hey y'all, this is Tamika, the face behind Heyyy HR, and I just can't believe that we're coming to the end of Black History Month 2024. Black History Month is February every single year, and I am the most blackity black during that month. I think I actually can do a little bit better. So instead of making sure that I was doing all the things, the parades, the parties, you know, the events, the church events, instead of doing all those things this year, like I'm so accustomed to doing, this year I decided to dive it all into Heyyy HR. So I have written a blog all about Black History Month. I've done posts on LinkedIn all month about Black History Month. And now I'm doing a video to just wrap it all up. And this video is intended to help anyone who's struggling with celebrating Black History Month in the workplace. So if you want to know how to celebrate Black History Month in the workplace, or what ways, what things you can do to celebrate Black History Month, then definitely keep watching. I think that the biggest problem we come into as human resources professionals is not only being creative, but being creative on a budget. Human resources is not a revenue generating department. As a result, our budget either doesn't exist or it's super small. And every time we're asked to come up with ideas that cost money, all of these initiatives are low cost initiatives. One of the things that really made me decide to do this video, I clearly remember during 2020 that the Black Lives Matter movement was a big thing, and then we got into Black History Month, and then our organization, or the organization I worked for at that time, was not reaching the minority community. So yes, I'm the Black girl in the HR department, and I guess I should be prepared because this happens so often. It's so unfortunate that it happens so often to the minorities, particularly in the Human Resources Department, that I'm asked to do several initiatives to bring in or attract more of the minority community, in addition to embedding that within our organization. And I struggle with that. Especially when my leader, my CEO, comes to me to ask me for it, who is, in my eyes, a white man. I don't think he even realized how that's received. It's such a huge microaggression because everyone assumes that you put the Black girl in front of everybody and things will be fine. And I absolutely hate that we're used as a token to attract those people, when in my opinion, if everyone just embraces minorities as a whole, not just African Americans, not just females, then everyone will see that and be attracted. All you have to do is live it. Let it be real. Now we don't have to make something up. But it really made me realize, like, so many companies are struggling with what to do. And so I hope that you guys find this video helpful on low-cost initiatives of things to do when you're celebrating Black History Month. And so my very first initiative that I immediately thought of is a candlelight visual. It doesn't have to be nighttime. You don't have to go outside. I mean, I would imagine you would go outside. It's such a low-cost initiative. You can go to the dollar store, get a whole bunch of candles, get the candle holders, and you can just display some paper boards of African Americans who've made an impact in the history. And so many of them have passed. So they've not only made an impact in African American history, but also the United States history and any country's history. If we want to take it there, any country, in my opinion, or I'll say a lot of countries. And we can just do a visual to those people who we found most impactful. We can just put up a poster board, not only with Martin Luther King, but what he did, what was significant. Same for Harriet Tubman, same for Rosa Parks. Like, you can even do the most common names, like I just said, versus trying to dig to find new names. But I think a candlelight visual, doing a moment of silence and just recognizing African Americans and the historical, monumental things they've done throughout history will be one great thing to not only attract a minority team, but to make your team feel seen. Now, another thing that you can do is a guest lunch, or even a guest lunch series. I used to sponsor lunch for different recruiting events, different HR events, lunch and learns, just sponsor Chick-fil-A. It doesn't even have to be anything expensive. Bring everyone into a room and bring in a speaker that has either impacted Black History Month or that knows a lot about it or displays it in their everyday living or their career, and let that person speak while everyone's eating lunch. Idea number 3, if you have any type of social media, if that's LinkedIn, if that's Facebook, if that's Instagram, get that social media person to do a post. It could be a weekly post, it could be a daily post about something about Black History Month. If you don't want to do it on social media, then a newsletter would definitely suffice. And in that newsletter, in those posts, you can not only talk about the people who have impacted Black History Month, but you can also talk about Black-owned businesses. You can talk about amazing products that have really done amazing things, not only for the African American community, but any community. You can talk about African American or Black History Month events. There's always parades and things everywhere. You can actually even talk about where to find local food trucks that are Black owned. Like, there's tons you can put into this newsletter or on these social media posts. Now, I know we all get excited because we don't ever want people to not be working during work time. But if you just knew the impact of employee engagement and employee satisfaction from doing these initiatives, then you'd be absolutely okay with my next option of doing a movie day. Y'all, ain't even got to be a whole day. I mean, most movies are 2, maybe 3 hours long. I mean, we get the Malcolm X, that's a long movie. We talk about Selma, we talk about an hour and a half. Bring popcorn on, bring a popcorn machine, bring everyone into one room, and let's all watch the movie collectively as a whole. Now, the next thing is that all of the options, in my opinion, can be done virtually, but this one is easily done virtually. And I think that you can absolutely do coffee chats. Now, with these coffee chats, you will discuss all the amazing things that allowed us to even create Black History Month, or even talk about how Black History Month was created, why it was created. Talk about some of the folks that have impacted Black History Month. Talk about what the colors mean during Black History Month. There's so many things that you can do during these coffee chats. I personally suggest that you should absolutely ask your minorities, how do they feel about Black History Month? Notice I said minorities. Don't only ask your African American population, but it'd be great to see what the Hispanic population thinks. It'd be great to see what your Asian population thinks. It'd be great to see what anybody thinks. You can absolutely ask those, which we would call like our white folks, right? Ask them, how do they feel? Because I have several friends of all different races, and definitely several that are in the white community. And during Black Lives Matter movement, I asked a few how they felt about that. And we both learned so much. It actually, in my opinion, brought us closer. All of these people that I asked several different people. So it'd be great to go ahead and do that, as well as just coffee chats to kind of clear the air, address the elephant in the room, and make everyone feel at home. And if by chance somebody doesn't feel at home, then you should talk to them individually outside of the group. It might not be a bad idea to have a point of contact as a therapist or counselor to help them navigate those feelings and for you to understand how you can handle that differently. Maybe you want to try doing a narrator during these coffee chats until everyone gets accustomed to how it goes. Number 6. Now, number 6, I kind of already said with the food trucks and even the newsletter, but I highly suggest that you spotlight Black-owned businesses. So I remember I worked in a corporate office and we used to always have food trucks outside. It'd be nice to only have Black-owned food trucks, at least like every Friday. It doesn't have to be every day of the week. And maybe you want to sponsor a portion of that lunch, right? So maybe you want to pay for everyone to get one appetizer or what have you in memory of Black History Month. Now, not only the food trucks, you can absolutely put into your newsletter, your social media posts, different Black-owned businesses that you like to spotlight. So there are tons of Black-owned hair product companies. There are tons of skincare companies. There are tons of clothing companies. There's just tons. I mean, honestly, you guys can kind of look at some of these big chain restaurants and some of these big chain stores and look at what they're doing. Target is really good about having a Black History Month clothing line or what have you. You guys can just support those type of initiatives the same. Another thing I suggest is having Black History Trivia. So again, this is one that can not only be done in person, but definitely virtual. And I actually got this idea because one of our employee resource groups did one last year and they're doing it again. And we had so much fun. I didn't realize how much about Black history I didn't know until I was doing that trivia. So it would be nice to have everyone grouped into different groups so no one feels like they're struggling through the trivia alone. And then when you're done, that group can win a prize. So everyone can get a gift card or whatever you like. But Black History Trivia, one day, takes no longer than an hour, would make your employees feel so welcomed. Now, number 8 is dedicated on a newsletter, but I already said that when I talked about the social media one. So definitely a Black History focused newsletter. Number 9 is one that you can put into the newsletter. You can put on an email and send it to the company as a whole. You can put it on the company's intranet. You can put it on your company's social media, but it's definitely doing infographics that include Black facts. Any facts that relate to Black History Month. Maybe instead of doing a newsletter, you do one infographic and that's your newsletter for the week. Do not make this difficult. Canva has tons of infographic templates. So I'll put the link to Canva down below so that you guys can go right into Canva, dive in, type in infographics, and then start filling it in with your amazing facts. It even has Black History Month different templates as well. You can use those too. Now, number 10, I would highly suggest creating a Black History Month theme that goes along not only with your mission, your vision, your values, but your company's overall colors, your company's logo. We see so many brands like Target, like, I think I saw most of them because I went for a stump. I like kind of lost my place there because I had quite a few in my mind. But I think I saw most of them during 2020 during the Black Lives Matter movement. But there are tons that usually will take their logo and instead of using your company's colors alone, they would infuse it with the Black History Month colors. So you see it more often actually for Gay Pride Month. So many companies do it for Gay Pride Month. Do it for Black History Month as well. And with that, you also come up with like a nice little lingo that goes with it so that that can be recognized for Black History Month. You can even recycle it every year or come up with a new theme every year. Post that everywhere. Instead of using your regular company logo online, use it. Instead of using your regular company logo on social media, use it. Do it where it's publicly seen. And then number 11. I guess I did 11 because I've been working in HR for the last 11 years. So I'm giving y'all 11. The last one is a Black History Month scavenger hunt. I think that would be awesome. Hide some things around the office that totally relate to Black History Month. Make your folks go out and find it, and then they can win some prizes. And it doesn't have to be expensive prizes. A $10 Starbucks gift card should not break the bank. So I really hope that you guys found this video helpful. This channel is all focused on helping HR professionals start and grow their HR career in the corporate space where they absolutely feel comfortable being themselves. Now, I've been working in HR for the last 11 years. I started as an HR assistant, grew my way to HR director. Now I happily sit as a global human resources business partner. I also have the MBA as well as Masters in Human Resources and the highest level certification, which is the SHRM SCP. And so I'm always spitting out nothing but HR stuff on here, but this month we just had to take it to the side and talk about a little bit of Black history. So if you need any more information, you want some historical information, you need some information to put into your newsletters or what have you, I have a blog that's totally focused on what the heck Black History Month is, why we celebrate it, and all the things. I'll put the link down in the description box. Definitely check it out for additional hints, additional information to help you get through navigating Black History Month. If this is your first time visiting Heyyy HR or seeing my channel, thank you. Welcome. So happy to see you. I hope you found enough information that you decide to subscribe. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all. Like, real talk. It's so many of you guys, like, it feels like I'm just talking to a camera and then I look at that number of subscribers and I'm like, that's a lot of people. But I appreciate every single one of you and I cannot wait to see you on the next video.